This is my first throwback episode featuring an artist that recently passed away. She was the first female to be on my podcast. I was hesitant about putting this one out, but I figured it's a great way to continue her legacy. What's crazy is we had a conversation after the episode about relationships, about police brutality, about raising our kids. Oh, I erased it, but I wish you guys would have heard that part. That was a great conversation. Who am I talking about? The one and only Blacc Sapphire. Rest in heaven, Queen.
You are now listening to the Fresh Out the Northwest podcast.
This is DJ Peg. Let's go. Today we have the very first female on my podcast. This is exciting. I've been knowing her for a long time, and she puts nothing but good music out. So let me introduce to you Blacc Sapphire. Hey, how you doing?
Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? This is a pleasure.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, you're the first female, so I'm excited.
Man, I'm honored. That's fire.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so let's get started with this first question. What inspired you to become an MC?
What inspired me to become an MC? Well, I guess it would be I was in a relationship with a rapper. You remember Cheddar Hound,
Yes, I
right?
do. Yep.
And I wasn't rapping back then. And I remember him coming home from Overbeck's one day and he was frustrated. And the person that he had over there to fill in for one of his songs, he was over there for like 4 hours and they couldn't get it. And I asked him, what did he need? And he told me the concept. I wrote my little 8 bars. And from there, it's just like been over with.
Right.
Pretty much. I was off and running. I was always musically inclined, but I learned a lot, in that situation as far as from him.
Yeah, I did not know that. So that's pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm giving credit where it's deserved. I could be salty because we didn't end on the best terms, but I'm going to just keep it 100. I learned in that situation, even though it wasn't the healthiest,
Right.
it wasn't the best, but I have to be honest, and I learned a lot in that situation. So that's where my music really grew and blossomed from Overbeck right there. John Silva, when he was up on 320th off of First Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
when Ramos Records,
Oh yeah.
Beezy was right there over there by Azteca and Burien. Like I'm grassroots with this baby. So I'm proud to still be able to be part of this journey because a lot of people fell off and branched off to doing different things and I'm still musically pursuing. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Like I said, you definitely make some dope music. I like what you be putting out. So that's good.
Thank you. I appreciate that, fam.
Oh yeah. All right, so here comes the next question. What artist did you grow up listening to?
Is this hip hop or just music?
Music, hip.
Because I'm a 70s baby. I'm born in 1970, just to keep it 100. And
So am
I
I.
grew up in the era.
I was born in 1972, so
So you know what we grew up with
yeah.
from Funkadelic Parliament to Sam Cooke to, I mean, man, everything old school is what I really, really grew up on and what really 8 tracks. My mom had thousands of 8 tracks. And so I heard the gambit of music, Prince, a lot of Prince, a lot of Michael, you know, and as the music elevated, a lot of Whitney. Um, and then when it started going to hip hop, I gotta mention the Light. MC Light was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
She was just filthy.
Oh yeah.
I never heard wordplay like that. The Light, yeah.
Okay.
Homage to her.
Okay. See, that's what, you're the first person to go there with the like you said, the Parliaments, Funkadelics, Zap, all that. So yeah.
Yeah, all that. I remember punching the glasses out of the record label from who was that? Bootsy Collins?
Right.
When he had the record and you could punch the glasses out the star shape ones and put them on and went, That's what I come from, baby. You heard me?
I forgot.
For real, though.
How much would that
real.
album be worth right now?
Listen, we could probably look for it.
That's great. I remember
I
that.
remember that album vividly.
Yeah, and they were star glasses.
Star glasses, and then you could punch them out of the album.
Oh yeah.
And wear them.
Oh yeah, you didn't took me back. Oh, that's crazy.
That's nostalgia, baby. You heard?
For sure. All right, let me get to this next question. How do you feel about the Northwest hip hop scene?
Ooh, you has hit me with some nice questions. Let me just say that first.
Okay.
That's a complex question because I'm an artist, and so I might be biased in my opinion because I'm not happy. You know, there's a lot of talent out here, but there's almost zero unity, and everybody that I feel that is doing music knows pretty much who's doing what to an extent. So for there to not be any unity or any coming together in a way for us all to collectively win is just sad.
Yeah.
So I'm disappointed a lot, honestly.
Right.
But I try to stay motivated personally. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just challenging.
Okay. And everybody has a similar answer where there's just we just need to come together and build an infrastructure. You're not the only person. Every person that I've interviewed on here has basically said the same thing one way or another.
Can I ask you a question then with you saying that?
Okay, go ahead.
Do you see a way where that can happen?
Yeah, I do. And one is like me right now doing a podcast where I strictly do people from the Northwest. But we need more of a, how can I put this in a good way? It's cliquish. You know what I mean? Like,
I do, absolutely do.
yeah. And so I think once you said, like, once we come together, once we can stop being so cliquish. In other words, like, I'm gonna give you a prime example, and I'm about to go here, and I haven't went here with nobody, so I'm gonna go there with you. What frustrates
Okay.
me about certain artists is an artist will ask you to get on a show. He'll come on the show, he'll go first or second, and then he'll leave.
And don't stay and support the rest of the artists. I recognized that back in the Contour days.
Right. And that is one of the things where I was like, wow, okay, so
No support.
boom.
Selfish.
Right. You know what I mean? And I think once we all come together and once we all support each other, because like in Houston, there's artists in Houston that never leave Houston and are driving nice cars and have nice houses and never left
Mm-hmm.
that region. And I think they don't
Mm-hmm.
see the bigger picture, right? And
Right.
and yeah, I said it, so it's on tape.
Well, I have something that I can add to that to go along with that. My analogy is like this, you know, everybody is open to coming to the table and bringing something to the table, but when it comes to counting your money, it's not just openly done. I'm going to turn my back to you as I count my money. I don't want you to see how much I got.
Right.
And that's a big problem too, because that's not being open. You're not coming really to the table wholeheartedly, and there's nobody really coming to the table collectively.
Right.
I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it is where someone wants to be the first to get because, we haven't really had anybody out here with any notoriety in the music besides Macklemore and Mix-a-Lot.
True.
Okay. So somebody wants that title to blow.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah.
As opposed to looking at it collectively, because whoever go, it don't matter. I would think that in that position, you're going to look back and see and recognize and pull aboard is what I would do.
Right.
So I just pray that if it isn't me, somebody has that type of mind frame to think about the town and not leave those real hardworking, still grinding people who are trying to make a difference in this music. Don't leave them behind.
Right. I agree. All right, so we about to get to this other question.
Okay.
What advice would you give an MC starting out?
Have a thick skin. Be hungry for this music. Let it be something that you really want to do, because you're not going to get much direction or assistance. You have to be self-motivated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That would be my advice, and to invest in yourself. Don't expect somebody to pay for or fund something for you. It's your project. Invest.
I agree. I agree.
That would be my advice.
And that's good advice too. And I hope whoever out there is listening to that is great advice. By the way, it's not good. That's great advice. So I like
That's
that.
advice I learned that the hard way. I always, I was real green, and I don't feel like I'm the most mature as an artist out here, but I wanted to make everybody happy. So Miyoshi, will you come do this? Will you come sing this up? Will you do this? And I spread myself out thinking it would benefit me in the end because I'm helping. And
Right.
it didn't come back. So it disappointed me. It made me aware. And so the things that I thought that I was signing up for, like, beats and all of that stuff, in the end turned out I didn't own anything.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't own nothing and I thought I did. So I had to learn the hard way. And that's why that's really some advice that I would give. Invest in yourself, pay for your beats, stop getting them mixtape beats off of YouTube and stuff. Them is good to write to, but you want to have a custom beat. You want to invest and own your beats,
Right.
own your masters, own your music. That's important.
Yep. Like I said, that's good advice. I like that. All right. So,
Thank you.
oh yeah, definitely. All right. So we're gonna get to this next question. What are your plans for the future?
I'm aligning things right now, trying to establish myself musically in this industry. That's my plan. I don't see nobody in my lane in the town, and I don't say that arrogantly because I'm looking. Where you at, fellow female rapper? You know what I mean? So being that I just have this wide open lane, I'm trying to take full advantage of it. However, as an artist, I'm a gritter. I'm a grinder. I know how to work and bang out product.
Right.
I'm not a manager. I'm not a producer. I don't have the direction. So I'm kind of walking with a blind stick. My compass is broke. I don't have direction.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing what I think is supposed to be done. And so God haven't showed me to do something else. So I'm going to continue to do what I'm thinking is the right thing until something finally gives. Because I'm not going to give.
Right.
I can't afford to.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I like that too. I mean, like I said, I've been knowing you before you knew me. And so you've always
Wow.
I got a story to tell you, but I've been knowing you for a long time. You know what I mean?
Well, come on.
You know,
I'm anxious to know it.
oh, okay. Well, I tried to holler at one of your friends. This was wow. I can't,
He
man.
was who shall remain nameless.
Right. I can't remember her name anyway. But anyway, I was out in West Seattle. It was one of your friends. I tried to holler at her. She wasn't hearing nothing I had to say. But you had introduced yourself by your government name, right?
Right.
And then, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then so I knew you, I met you, and then, later on down the line we got musically, and I was like, oh yeah, that's homegirl's friend right there. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
and then,
That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, Seattle's small though, right? So
It is, absolutely.
yeah,
Especially when you're from here.
yeah, yeah. But I got shot down though in front of you, so I got my feelings hurt a little bit. So
Guess what? I don't even remember that. So it wasn't even a factor. It
Right.
wasn't even a factor. It didn't even matter.
right.
You feel me? I'm sorry that happened though.
Uh,
And I'm gonna wait until we not online to know who shall remain nameless is. Cause yeah, I wanna know. My
okay,
antennas is up.
okay, I'm gonna let you know. All right, we're gonna get to this next question.
Okay.
You're gonna like this one. If you could perform with any famous MC, dead or alive, who would it be?
It can only be one?
Well, I mean, you could do as many as you want. It's cool.
Ooh. A MC. For the females, I'd have to say Missy.
Okay.
And ooh, come on for the males. I'd have to say Pop. Quit playing with me.
Hey, Pac is a good one.
I love Pop.
Yeah.
I love Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love Nas. So, but Pop, I cried like I knew him when he passed.
Right.
I was affected, like for real. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pop.
I would say there's 3 artists in my lifetime that passed away that affected me.
Yeah.
It was Tupac, it was Michael Jackson, and it was
Yes.
Nipsey. All for different
Yeah.
reasons, but they
Mm-hmm.
affected me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Michael was the guy that got me started. I heard the Off the Wall album and it was a rap. I was like, yep, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tupac,
Mm-hmm.
because I felt if he would have stayed alive, we was going to see a change in him.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he ever had an opportunity to make that change, right? He was
Right.
people don't realize Tupac was 26 when he passed away. I was a dumbass at 26. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Nowhere near focused like we are now.
exactly. And I think if we would have seen him get to 36, 40, I think we would have seen a different person. You know what I mean? Honestly,
That brings up a whole nother conversation because everybody knew that. Everybody knew that, just like with Nip. I
right.
be thinking things are staged, but that's a whole nother conversation, bruh.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I ain't got that much time. We're going to have to chop that up
Right.
later.
But that hurt my feelings. They took a real one, just like Nip. It's not cool. Ones that could definitely make a change in our culture.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. Because, you know, the thing about Nip, and I'm gonna go off a little bit, but he was what I would say an oxymoron. And what I mean by that, he was definitely a gang member, definitely rolling 60s.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely I've been to South Central. It's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was in South Central in 86, so it's real. But
Right.
he showed you like, hey, what I started off will not define me. And the way I start is not going to be the way that I end it. And that's inspiring.
And also was trying to leave the blueprint for other people in the same situations to live by, to get up out of there, because it's possible.
Yep.
Because he's the living example. And it was going to change a lot. He was working for change.
Yep.
For us.
Right. You know what I mean?
That's what's so sad and scary.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But, you know, okay, I'm going to change the subject because, like I said, we could talk about this forever. But, yeah, those are the three people that affected me. So, where we at? I done lost my place. Okay, here we go.
These is juicy questions. I love them.
Right.
Love them. Thank you for this. I appreciate you,
Oh,
man.
yeah. And keep rocking with me. You know, I support you. Real deal. It's real
Thank
support,
you,
too.
ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. How can people find you on social media?
You know, I'm on Facebook, Miyoshi McLeod, or I'm on there as Blacc Sapphire. You know, you can also find me on Instagram, Miss44Saff on there. I'm on TikTok. I'm on digital platforms with my music under Blacc Sapphire, Spotify, you know, iTunes, YouTube, you know, the usual. Thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah.
I have a website too, blacksapphire.com. Blacc with 2 C's, sapphirelikethestone.com.
Okay. And that's what people need to know. I've been to your website, too. It's pretty dope.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I told you I'm really trying to push this.
Got my cheeks hurting. I'm smiling hard over here.
I'm trying to push that Northwest hip hop forward. So, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. It's needed. We need it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We need it. We need it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it, man. This was probably one of my best podcasts so far. I hope the other people that I interviewed don't get mad. But this is...
Don't get mad. They say don't be bitter, get better, baby.
Right.
Give them another chance to have another interview. This is just natural.
Right.
This is just us talking and vibing. That's it.
Yeah, like I said. And once again, I appreciate you being on. I do this every Tuesday. And, man, that's it. That's a wrap.
Perfect. I appreciate you, fam. It's my pleasure always.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Man, once again, thanks for listening to the Fresh Out the Northwest podcast. It's all about representing Northwest hip-hop culture. All episodes are available on Apple, Spotify, and major streaming platforms. I truly appreciate everyone that supports the podcast, and I'm going to keep hitting you with new episodes every week. Until next time, peace.